going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today we're going to do the Week 10 Beast Pick, or NFL Beast Picks.
We're done pointing?
Yeah, we're done pointing. Join me, Rainy48. So
I would offer you this beer, but you don't drink beer.
Yeah, I'm straight
edge. But this is a Pittsburgh fan zone beer because the Steelers are going to continue the tradition of beating the Packers since 1970 this week.
Well, in Pittsburgh. But don't worry. We still got you in the Super Bowl. I just funny story. I don't know if you guys, anybody who's subscribers to me from years ago, you had forgotten about it. I still had it in archives of our prediction thing that we did.
I made me sad.
It was back when I was living with my mom and stuff like that from years ago, and it was pretty cool. You were wearing your Steelers gear, I was wearing Packers gear.
I was sad.
You were sad that
I was very sad. Yes, you're right. Nonetheless, Week 10 NFL picks.
Yeah. Okay, so the first... Oh, by the way, because of the bye and because we didn't do the Amazon game last week, we both went 7-6.
Not a great go for us.
Not a great go, but, I mean, you're still winning in the season, so...
Damn right, baby.
Alright, anyways... so Carolina Panthers at Chicago Bears, Amazon 8:15. That is tomorrow.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting game. The Bears are a 3.5-point favorite, which I don't think is incorrect. The Panthers are miserable.
Yeah, Panthers are just whatever at this point, so it's not that much of a surprise. Fields, I think, might be back for this
Fields
game.
will not be back,
but
he will not be? Khalil Herbert will be back.
Oh, I thought he might be ready to go.
Fields is still listed as doubtful. Chances are he's not going to go. They're expecting it to be Tyson Bagent. I might have gotten that wrong. It might be Tyler. Starts with a T.
Okay, well, in anywho, I think the Bears will win. Like the Panthers, I mean, they're just... They got a lot of rebuilding. I mean, the Bears are a rebuilding team too, but I mean, they're a much better equipped team. So I think they should beat the Panthers here. They got one win last week or 2 weeks ago, but probably not going to win. They might not win another game. I don't know with the way their schedule is. I think the Bears win. I got it 24-9.
I'm going to spit embarrassing facts here.
What?
I did not like the Panthers going Bryce Young at the first pick. Much like you were the year of Baker Mayfield, I think my favorite quarterback in the draft went third out of the quarterbacks picked, as George was with Josh Allen. My favorite was AR-15, Anthony Richardson, who, before the injury, was by far the best quarterback in the rookie class at the moment. I thought Bryce Young was too small to play in the league, and the stat here is that if you doubled Tyson Bagent's stats right now, it would still only get him to 7 games, which is less than Bryce Young's played, and he would have just under 10 less completions, 100 less yards, and 2 less touchdowns. So Bagent's performing almost identical to Young, and Bagent went undrafted out of Shepherd University. I think the Bears are going to win this for one reason. You're getting Khalil Herbert back. You have a 3-headed monster running back. And the Panthers can't defend the run.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be...
And then other running backs doing pretty good, too, that was coming in.
Deonta Foreman, who's going to want to prove something.
Yeah.
He got cut by Carolina they're at the end of last year. And they have a rookie who's gotten some stuff that he can do. I think Carolina's just miserable. Give me the Bears 21-14. It's an ugly game.
Okay. Next, we have the AFC conference rivalry between the Indianapolis Colts and New England Patriots. This is once again a Germany game. I think this is the second year. Well, this is the first year they've done 2. I know the last year they did one Germany game. So that's interesting. Another thing, it's 9:30 a.m. You're going to have to either really be dedicated or just be a fan of either one of these to want to get up this early. But what's the favorites here?
The Colts are a 1.5-point favorite. Let me tell you something. I didn't even want to get up that early when the Bills played in London. So
I didn't want to last year when the Packers. I was like, I didn't like. Luckily, we only have to do it once every 2 years since it's the first time.
The only benefit to last week's game was that it was during daylight savings, which means technically the game started at 10:30.
Yeah.
My body felt like it was 10:30. I felt pretty good about it. That being said, I think the Colts have this one. I don't trust the Patriots at all. And the rumor is, if the Patriots come back with a loss, Bill Belichick might get fired.
That's not. I don't buy that.
I do.
I don't buy. I think Bill Belichick, to me, with the longevity he had, I don't think they should fire. I've never been a fan of in-season firings because it doesn't really do anything. You're not changing anything at that point. The only time I think it was justified is a couple different incidents. Obviously, there's been a couple incidents recently that happened based on other things, but typically, or if it's really, really bad to the point where you have to do it.
I see,
but I don't think you should do it with someone like a Bill Belichick who's been there for 20 years or whatever it's been. I don't think an in-season firing is the right way to go.
I see, though, why they would want it. Because at this point, you've had 3 years of Belichick with Mac Jones. This is basically tapping out on Mac Jones. If you don't fire Belichick and he goes through the rest of the season, you know Mac's gone. No matter what they do, they're going to draft a quarterback.
Okay.
If you fire Belichick, you let somebody see what you have under Mac when it's not Belichick as a head coach. So you might not have to waste a resource to get a new quarterback there.
Or you can just get another offensive coordinator that can work with him. I mean, he's worked with 3 offensive coordinators.
I don't think that's anything really to do with it, but I think it's going to be the Colts here. I think that I'm not trusting the Patriots to really fire up. And
what was your scoreboard?
I'm working on that currently. Heather?
You want to get her?
Yes, please.
Come here, little ginger.
Take 5.
And quite honestly, I think the Colts are the better all-around team, and that's shocking to say with Gardner Minshew there. I'm going to say it's 21 to. Actually, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say it's 14-10 Colts final.
So the thing that worries about me, the Colts, is they do. They have the inconsistent quarterback play right now because obviously they don't have the starter in there. And while the Patriots have struggled, I think the Colts have been very inconsistent. I think with Bill Belichick and the rumors going around, I think he's going to have that team more motivated. I think the Patriots get it done. I think they do win this game. I think it will be 21-10.
Can't be much worse than last week's game.
Okay. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens because that will be interesting if they do fire. Like I said, I don't like it, but we'll see what happens.
All right. 1 o'clock.
All right, 1 o'clock. Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. So
A battle of the defense again. Ravens are a 6-point favorite.
6-point favorites. We have the old Browns and the new Browns and all that other stuff. Rivalry. I don't know. I'm kind of on a toss on this one. What's the favorites again?
The Ravens are a 6-point favorite, which is a pretty big favorite given how good their defense is in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with this one. It's the thing with this is both defenses are great. Cleveland's right now is better, but I think the more experience might go to the edge for the Ravens. My worrisome is more of the Browns' offense because the Browns' offense has struggled. It's been hit or miss. So for me right now, I'm thinking the Baltimore Ravens will get it done, but I think it will be a close one. I'm thinking it's going to be a weird score. I'm going to do 15-9.
I mean, it's going to be an ugly game. I don't see it being a lot of scoring.
Defense.
Yeah, it's 100% going to be because even last week, they blew out the Seahawks, but it wasn't on Lamar. Lamar threw for 150 yards. He did not have a good game. He didn't even run that much. They ran the ball well, which was shocking because Seattle's pretty good against the run. That being said, Cleveland's good against everything. I'm going to say Cleveland gets it done. I'm actually going to take the upset. Give me 13 to 10.
Oh, yeah, field goal.
Yeah, I'm going to give a field goal game and regular.
Or it just happens to be 3.
I'm going to say it happens to be 3. I'm going to say that they're ahead. Baltimore has the ball with like 6 left and kicks a field goal, knowing that they only need 3 more, and then Cleveland's able to stand defensively.
All right. Next, my Green Bay Packers against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers are a 3-point favorite.
And the statistic here is that the Packers have not beaten the Steelers in Pittsburgh since 1970. They were actually showing the actual alumni team from 1970 that beat them. That's how far back it's been.
So those guys got to be, what, 100 years old now?
Possibly.
80?
Possibly.
Close to it?
Or some of them have unfortunately passed on. We got the Super Bowl on you. That's the most important thing. But
It's fine. We have 6.
yeah, but we have 13 champions overall, though.
Talking Super Bowls, Frank.
The NFL title was the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl was a thing.
Is it? If you look up how many Super Bowls does Green Bay have, does it say 13?
It says 13 championships.
But I'm saying Super Bowls.
Hence why we're called Title Town.
I'm asking Super Bowls.
Okay, but that's,
Between the Super
that's
Bowl
like
1
saying,
to now.
that's like saying that if the Super Bowl's name got changed, they'd be like, oh, well, how many of that title do you have versus that title?
Wait, what?
It's still the same thing,
No.
though.
No, it's not.
It is. Wow.
Didn't the Bills have an AFC championship
Yeah, they won 2. Yeah, they did win 2. They won 64 and 65.
before they joined the NFL?
Well, the merger fully happened in 70, but they were still competing. 1966 is when they fought in the Super Bowl. That was when the first Super Bowl happened. When it was still
Yes. So before it jumped that way, and before we counted that, because everybody likes to jump and say, well, the Bills have never won a Super Bowl. So if the Bills have never won a Super Bowl, then by de facto, you don't have 13. You might have 13 championships.
We have 13 championships.
You don't have 13.
It counts as a Super Bowl.
It does not, because if that's the case, then the Bills won 2.
They have.
They won. Ask anybody else, and they'll tell you no, they haven't.
Well,
it doesn't count.
I'm a historian.
You can say you're a hysterectomy.
Historian. I count those championships. We are the only team to have 3 consecutive championships. 3 consecutive.
Anyhow, I have 6 Super Bowls. He does not. I'm taking Pittsburgh here. It's going to be an ugly game still. I'm going to call it 20 to 17. It's not pretty. Neither team's firing on all cylinders right now. I'm hoping that the Packers secondary looks as bad as it did 2 weeks ago instead of last week, because it looked pretty good last week.
Last week we looked pretty good, but also we had the Rams didn't have a really good quarterback.
And you didn't
and it was
have
pretty
Rasheed
slick.
Douglas.
It was a slick out. We didn't have that, and that really sucked. But it was really slick weather out there, though, and that really hurt footing and stuff like that. I am kind of concerned about this game because I want to really pick the Packers here because, obviously, I want the Packers to win. But this team, just on and off, and I didn't really feel like we were winning throughout the game. We were just the Rams were just playing like crap in the game. It's going to be an ugly game. I'm going to say 13-10 Packers. Field goal. We end the streak, but we look like shit in the game. It's a defensive game. The Steelers, Kenny Pickett has been iffy himself. And I think that will be kind of our chance to possibly win this game. But it will come down to execution at the end of the day. If we have enough turnovers, we're probably going to win the game. If not, we're probably going to lose. But I say the Packers win here, 13-10.
Okay. You say turnovers like it's a big thing. Like Kenny Pickett's only thrown 4 interceptions. Jordan Love's thrown 8.
I know. I'm not at the end of the day. Fumbles can happen.
Next game.
All right, next we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Niners are a 3-point favorite.
Okay, well, the 49ers, 3 straight losses. I mean, I was saying that this team was like the best team right now in the NFC at the early going, and they've just like totally fallen off the course.
They did have a bye week to try to put it together.
And then they also got Chase Young.
They got Chase Young after the bye week, or before the bye week, and they also did go and they have Deebo Samuel back, so that's huge.
Yeah. I'm going to say the 49ers do get it back. I just can't see them losing another 4 straight games. Jacksonville has been playing pretty solid, but at the same time, I don't think they're that good of a team. I think they're going to probably win their division, but I don't see them making a serious run. So I'm going to say the 49ers win. I'm going to say it is 27 to 17.
Okay. I feel like I kind of have to jump the same boat you were. The Jags are 6-2. I don't think they have a lot of things to be concerned about right now.
Yeah, they haven't really played that many like good teams.
But they also haven't played bad football. However, I think the Niners are going to come out with more urgency. I think that's really the biggest thing. The Niners cannot afford to drop 4 straight. Everybody's jumping that the Bills are washed up having 4 losses. If the Niners drop 4 straight, I mean that's bad. I'm going to say though that it's Niners 24, Jags 20.
What was it? You said 20.
Niners 24, Jags 20.
Okay. All right, next we have New Orleans Saints at the Minnesota Vikings.
Saints are 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah, interesting game. The Saints are the Saints. They're just, they're okay team, but nothing great to write up. The Vikings are an interesting story, though, because the Vikings lost Cousins, and then they traded. They got the quarterback from the Cardinals.
Josh Dobbs.
They played the other guy, obviously, because he wasn't ready yet, because he just got there, and then he comes in after the injury, and he essentially wins the game for him.
You do know even more of the story behind that, right? Dobbs did not know the names of his receivers, the names of his linemen, didn't even have a chance to teach his linemen his cadence. When Jaron Hall went out injured, that defensive stand before Dobbs came out, Dobbs taught his center and the rest of the linemen his cadence to be able to perform on offense. Josh Dobbs isn't that great of a quarterback, but it's a hell of a story. Hell of a story.
Absolutely. And I'm assuming he's starting this week, right?
Yeah. I mean, even if Jaron Hall clears concussion, how do you not play Josh Dobbs? He's looked great.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to say the Saints because it's a solid pick to pick here. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings came out on this. I'm going to say it's 23-20.
I've been a Vikings hitter for a lot of the past couple weeks. However, the Saints looked horrendous last week against the Bears. They almost fumbled that game away, and that should have been an absolute blowout against Chicago. I'm going to say Minnesota wins this one 24-13.
Okay. Next, we have the Houston Texans at the Cincinnati Bengals in the jungle, as they call it.
Bengals are a 7-point favorite.
Yeah. It should be. I mean, they just beat the Bills, which, again, shocked me. I didn't think they should have won that, but the Bills made a lot of mistakes, and we'll get to that later. But
Do we have to?
Well, they're playing, aren't they?
I don't really want to talk about it.
We have to.
I don't. Well, I pass.
Can't pass.
I've elected to pass.
You can't pass.
I will defer the kick.
Anywho, so the Bengals are looking better now. I mean, I thought they were going to have an off season, and things just change every week. I mean, I guess. I mean, just I guess they have changed. You can't have consistency ever. Bengals, I think, wins. Houston rebuild. Well, actually, no. Actually, I take that back because the Houston, they played pretty good against the
Bucks last week?
Yeah,
They scored 39
they scored
points.
39 points, and then also the running back at the kicker too. So I don't know. That guy looked really good. He had like 5 touchdowns. He had like over 400 yards passing.
475 touchdowns. He had a great day.
Yeah. Oh, man. Jeez. I don't know now. Bengals look good. Houston, I don't know. I'm just going to go with experience. I'm going to say 33-30 Bengals.
Okay. I'm going to be similar. I'm going to say 30-27 Bengals.
I think he's going to have a good game.
I do too.
By the way, is that kicker coming back for the Houston Texans? Because they had their running back. They had a backup running back kick for them.
Kyle Fairbairn, is he still on the injured list?
So I was like, holy crap, they got a freaking running back game. He kicked the 20, which by the way, 29-yard field goal.
He's doubtful with a quadricep injury, but I'm sure that it probably means that
they're going
to sign somebody or elevate someone from the practice squad. So
or use the running back again, I guess. I mean, he kicked a 29-yard field goal, which is nothing really for a regular kicker, but for a freaking running back, I mean, that's pretty good. I guess he had some soccer experience or something.
Yeah, Dare Ogunbowale was the kicker, or was the running back / kicker. I have been giving Houston a lot of credit this year. I will be the first to say I was wrong. I did not like C.J. Stroud out of the draft.
Yeah, he's looking good.
He's proving something that we never saw on the tape in draft, and it's that he's got a lot more elite passing. He's got two very strong receivers that have helped him. I think he's going to put over 400 yards up again this week. I don't trust the Bengals.
I think he's going to get 400, yeah.
I don't trust the Bengals, but clearly, I mean, Josh Allen couldn't beat him, so who knows?
Well, I mean, there was also that fumble, too. I mean, that really cost
that wasn't on the tight end, though. That was just a really good punch-out.
Yeah, but if that doesn't happen, they probably score there, and we're looking at overtime, maybe.
Regardless, I'm going with the Bengals barely. Houston plays a good game, 30-27.
Okay. Next, the Tennessee Titans at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Bucs are a 1-point favorite.
Yeah, and they're starting that guy. They're not
Tennessee's starting Will Levis. They've officially benched Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I think he's going to struggle. Baker Mayfield, like I've been saying for the couple of weeks now, Baker Mayfield, to me, is really reviving his career. He did nothing really wrong in the Houston Texan game. He just, unfortunately, went up against a quarterback who decided to bust out 400 yards. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win. I think Baker Mayfield, is going to get going on. He's, like I said, he's doing everything they're asking him to do. He's putting up the numbers that they need to do. I'm going to say it's 28-20.
I'm going to say the Titans win this one.
For me.
I'm going to say the Titans. I'm not even a Titans fan, but Levis looked good the first week he played. I don't know what happened against Pittsburgh, but also that game was kind of wonky in general. Pittsburgh has a better secondary now than they started the year with, and for some reason, Tennessee did not do well realigning the offense versus the defense. They let DeAndre Hopkins get blanketed by Joey Porter Jr. That won't happen with Tampa. Tampa's secondary has been horrendous. I think Tennessee goes on to win this one 23-17.
Okay. Next we have the Detroit Lions. This is the first 405 game, by the way. We have the Detroit Lions at the LA Chargers.
Detroit's only a 3-point favorite.
Yeah. I say the Lions win. I don't like the Lions, obviously, but...
I thought you were a number one fan.
No, I hate the Lions.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. I unfortunately am picking the Lions to win because the Chargers suck. They did beat the Jets last week, but the Jets also suck.
Yeah.
So Lions win. I'm gonna say it's 24-7.
I'm going to say it's 38-14 Detroit. I have no faith in that Charger secondary.
They got no fan base there.
And Jared Goff has really taken a step forward with Detroit. So I'm going Detroit here.
Next 4:05 game, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals.
Falcons are a 1.5-point favorite.
Murray's still not out.
Murray is back.
Oh, he is?
Murray is off the PUP and is back this week.
And they said he's starting?
That's the game plan. Okay. Unless there's a setback between now and Sunday, he is the starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals again.
Okay, what do you think? Do you think it's going to
That one's tough because Atlanta's defense looked good to start the year and has kind of fallen apart. Arizona, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Arizona. I like Atlanta. I don't trust Arizona's defense, but you can only game plan so much for what you haven't seen.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Trey McBride, who's stepping forward big time as a young tight end, with Kyler Murray yet. We haven't seen Kyler Murray on the field at all this year, and we've rarely seen James Conner, who's also coming back this week. Arizona's getting two massive pieces back on offense. I'm going to say they eke this one out 21-17. Cardinals win this one.
I'm also going to say the Cardinals win. Atlanta secondary shaky. And again, you don't know what you don't know. I'm going to say the Cardinals win 23-14.
All right.
4:25, New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are favorites. I don't know how much though.
Cowboys are a 16-point favorite. Does it really shock you?
That much? Jeez.
The Giants just lost 30-6 to the very bad Raiders.
Yeah, but they were more motivated. Who's the is Jones starting again? Daniel Jones?
No, he's done for the year.
He got injured.
Tommy DeVito.
I didn't hear he got out. He got injured for the year though.
Oh, he tore his ACL.
Oh wow, that sucks. Who was it? Tony DeVito. And because they don't have Tyrod right now.
Tyrod's also hurt. He's on the IR. So Tony DeVito, and who knows who the backup is.
Well, how long is he on there? Because he's not perfect.
They just put him on. So it's 4 weeks at least.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're losing. Dallas probably wins like 41-10. I mean, they beat them, but they shut them out in week 1, and that was with Daniel Jones. So, I mean, it can't be too much more than that.
Dallas has to win. They can't really look what happened last week in the face. I would be shocked to see them lose. I'm going to say 28-3, Dallas.
All right, next, 4:25, Washington Commanders at the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle's a 6.5-point favorite.
Yeah, the Commanders, I mean, they're tough. They're playing tough every week. Well, they at least try to. But based on what they traded Chase Young, which supposedly he's not a disciplined player, according to them, I guess, where the reports were coming out, which is bullshit. They're clearly kind of like trying to go for next year because obviously ownership just took over towards the end of off season, so it feels like they're trying to like kind of, just rebuild into next year. But obviously Washington is still playing tough every week. I mean, they almost beat the Eagles twice. So I think they're going to play hard, but I also think the Seattle Seahawks are going to rebound because Seattle got their butts handed to them by the Ravens, and I think they're going to come out a lot better. They're in the 12th man land. So I'm going to say the Seattle Seahawks win 26-20.
I want to say Seattle, but I'm so disappointed in that loss last week, and they don't have a good secondary either. And their weakest point at secondary, when Washington tends to play teams with that, they exploit it heavily. I'm going to say that Sam Howell to Curtis Samuel is a big thing this week. I'm going to say Washington wins this one 21-14. I'm going to take the real upset here.
All right. NBC, 8:20. New York Jets at the Las Vegas Raiders.
Basically a pick 'em.
Really?
The Jets are a 0.5-point favorite.
Oh, they're a 5-point favorite?
No, a 0.5, so they're less than a point favorite.
Okay. Well, The Jets have an okay well, they have a good defense, but they have a good defense, but everything else is just on and off. You have your okay weeks with Zach Wilson, then you have your crap weeks with Zach Wilson. And last week they had a crap week with him.
The problem is they didn't have a crap week with Zach Wilson. They had a crap week with the offensive line. Did you watch the game?
No,
he got sacked 7 times. He still threw for almost 275 yards. He threw for, I think it was 263. I don't think he threw an interception. He fumbled once.
Okay, but then the line is bad, but he's got to make the plays.
Yeah, but if you're getting drilled nonstop and you're hit 7 times, like that's at that point you 1,000% blame the line. When he got the ball out, he got it out efficiently. Garrett Wilson had 6 for 80. Like he didn't play awful, but the line cannot stop anything.
Anywho, I think the Raiders are more motivated out of the Jets. Antonio Pierce, the interim head coach, former Giants player, coincidentally just happened to be his first game as a head coach was against his former team. He came out and, I don't know if you've seen the story on what they were doing. They were celebrating like it was like they just won the dang Super Bowl, the way they were like in the locker room. Because it was that dysfunction apparently. Like they did not have anything going right with McDaniels, and it literally took a freaking firing him to get like someone else in there to, get these guys going. Like, I think the Raiders are going to come out more motivated. I think the Raiders win 28-17.
I'm going to go the complete opposite.
You're going to go
I'm going to say the Jets, low-scoring game, 14-10, Jets final. The Raiders come back down to earth. Yes, the Raiders played a bad team last week. Yes, the Raiders won, but...
they would have played like crap if McDaniels was still at
but the problem is it still was the Giants. The Giants don't have the defense or the offense that the Jets had. I truthfully think you don't even come close to scoring 2 touchdowns against the Jets versus the Giants. So I'm going to say the Jets defense holds them. The Jets stick around in the playoff hopes.
Monday Night Football, 8:15. The Denver Broncos against the Buffalo Bills.
I don't want any part of this game. I barely even want to watch it. I'm so disgruntled as a Bills fan, and it's disgusting. I'll tell you this, if they do lose this game, sell. Get rid of anything. Lose the rest of your games.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. I freaking told you. I've been on them all year. I've been saying that the Bills were going to win the AFC.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm absolutely disgusted. They look like shit. McDermott needs to go. Dorsey needs to go. Josh Allen needs to pull his head out of his ass.
Josh Allen's doing what he can do.
Josh still needs to make smarter reads. You can't blame a defense when they're missing 70% of its starters, and they're still not allowing a ton of points against them. That being said, I'm 17-14 Bills. I don't know, man. I don't have faith in this team to score points.
I still think the Bills can turn this around. They are still a very good team. There's going to be a lot of questions for the rest of the season, especially when they have to play the Dolphins again at some point.
The Dolphins, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys.
I think they can beat the Cowboys. Personally, I think they can beat the Eagles because the Eagles have been kind of shaky in their own right with some of these teams. They've let other teams hang in with them. So I think the Bills can compete against a lot of these teams that we're talking about. But the problem is, I think, with them is they're making a lot of errors when they have opportunities to score, and that's one of the biggest things. And again, you've said it before, offensive coordinator has been really kind of making a lot of dumb play calls, and there's also been some unfortunate misses. The fumble punch out. That they score there. We might be looking at overtime. Might be possibly a Bills win. We're looking at Bengals because it was only a touchdown. I mean, they ended up scoring the 2. So, I mean, Bills, I think, Denver's obviously not that great of a team. They're a rebuilding team, clearly right now. I think the Bills will beat the Broncos. And because the Broncos are kind of shaky, I think the Bills will score a lot of points against the Broncos. I think it's going to be 31-14. I think the Bills kind of break on them because they're pissed off. I mean, they lost to the Bengals, and they know that's a lot, because, I mean, obviously seeding and stuff like that, too, you got to think of. That's going to hurt them if the Bengals win, the division or whatever, depending on what their record will be at the end of the season. I mean, I don't know if they'll win the division because you got the Ravens there too, but I'm just saying, like, if the Bengals do win their division, that's going to affect them. I say the Bills do win here, though, and hopefully there's, they can resolve their issues once they have to go up against those other teams. But right here, I say the Bills win 31-14.
Well, at least one of us has faith in the Bills. It ain't me.
I've been there all year. But anyways, so yeah, guys, that is the Week 10 Beast Picks. Comment, rate, subscribe, bell, all content. I mean, also do have it on the website as well. And then also look out for more shorts. I probably will post a little bit more from last week too. I posted one yesterday, so look out for those. And you got your sponsor?
Yeah.
Two Scooper.
Shout out to Nikki Two Scoops. Hit him up. He's over on Coleman Boulevard. He has a new ice cream challenge.
Oh, I like challenges.
I don't even know if it's a full challenge, but it's the best way to get the best of all worlds. He has 6 specialty sundaes there. If you go to the Nikki Two Scoop Stampede.
Mint? Got mint in there?
I don't know if he has mint in there, or if he has, but he might have a mint something in there, but if you go do the Nikki Two Scoop Stampede, you get to choose 3 of the 6 sundaes and get a small of each, and it is the best of both worlds. But check him out, seriously. The best ice cream. My wife agrees. She loves his ice cream. Decked by peanut butter. Oh, best sundae ever.
Is that like an ice cream, or is that just like a sundae?
Everything. It's
like
like it's like a peanut butter hard ice cream.
Making me want to go to this place.
It's
now.
Awesome. It's a peanut butter hard ice cream with like cookie crumbles, fudge, and then I don't know if they're on the dark web getting this peanut butter sauce or where they're getting it from, but it's the best peanut butter sauce I've ever had in my life, because when you get peanut butter sauce, you put it on ice cream, usually it kind of hardens up.
I'm not a big fan of peanut butter sauce. I usually deck it with hot. If I would do it, I would substitute it for hot fudge.
Okay, but even so, like when you get hot fudge or after you travel it to go with it, usually the hot fudge kind of hardens and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the specialty ones though. That hardens. That's like the hardened specialty.
But it still like slows up and like it's not very easy to.
It's a specialty one though.
But the peanut butter usually sticks to the top of the ice cream as well.
Yeah. This
peanut butter pools and it is liquid the whole time. It's like just carving through warm peanut butter. It's phenomenal. Hit him up. Hit up our dude Kyle at Chicken Dippin'. Use code 716 chickendippin.com or chicken_dippin' on Instagram. Those are our 2 sponsors. Back to you, Tom. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought it was like a newscast.
Anyways, I'm the SS Ultimate Goku. He's the Reigning 48. We out of here. Peace. See you next week, guys.